Hello children, I am Durgesh Shukla and we are here to discuss the chapter Gravitation. Students, before proceeding our topic, I would like to remind you please subscribe our St. Xavier's School Hardoi YouTube channel and press bell icon for getting further notifications and share among your friends. So students, in this chapter already you have discussed some topics like gravitation, universal law of gravitation, acceleration due to gravity and variation of gravity, etc. Now in this video we will discuss some another topics like mass, weight, thrust and pressure. Okay, so one by one we will discuss. First of all, we will discuss first topic, that is mass. So mass is the quantity of matter contained in a body. Okay, so we can say the quantity of matter contained in a body is called its mass, and mass is a scalar quantity because it has only magnitude, no direction, and the SI unit of mass is kilogram. And children, mass of the body is constant everywhere. It does not change place to place. For example, if the mass of a man is 60 kg on the earth, then his mass will be 60 kg on the moon. There will be no change in the mass of that man. Okay, and mass of the body cannot be zero. And as we discussed earlier in our previous chapter, that mass is the measure of the inertia of a body, and we can measure the mass by using beam balance. Okay. Next topic, weight. In our everyday life, many times we use the unit of mass and weight as same, but that is not correct. Sometime if you want to measure your weight, then you say your weight is 70 kg or 60 kg, but whatever unit you are using for your weight, kg, that is not correct. Actually kilogram is the unit of mass. Okay, so about weight we are going to discuss. Now what is weight? The force with which an object is attracted toward the center of earth is called weight of that object. Okay, so we can say the force of attraction of earth on an object is called the weight of that object. Okay, now from the second equation of motion we can derive the formula of weight. Okay, so in second of motion, the force is equal to mass into acceleration. Mass is denoted by small m and acceleration is denoted by small a. Okay, but we are talking about the weight on the earth, so in place of a we will use g, acceleration due to gravity. So force F is equal to m into g, mass into acceleration due to gravity. Okay, and as we discussed in definition, the weight is the force of attraction of earth on an object. So in place of force we will use weight. So F is equal to W, we will substitute. So W means weight is equal to mass into acceleration due to gravity, that is m into g. Now the SI unit of weight, as we know the unit of mass is kilogram and the unit of acceleration or acceleration due to gravity is meter per second square. So SI unit of weight is kilogram meter per second square, and it is also known as Newton, and Newton is denoted by capital N. Now we will take one example. Okay, if the mass of a body is 1 kilogram, okay, so what will be its weight? Okay, so we will use this formula, W is equal to m into g. So we will put the value of mass, that is 1 kg, and g, you know the value of g, that is 9.8 meter per second square. So W is equal to 1 kg into 9.8 meter per second square. So W is equal to 9.8 kilogram meter per second square or Newton. So we can say the weight of a body having mass 1 kilogram is 9.8 newtons. Okay, and weight is a vector quantity because it has magnitude as well as direction, and weight of an object always acting vertically downward. So we can say कि weight is the force acting vertically downward. Okay, and weight can be zero. For example, if the weight of a body on the surface of earth is 60 Newton and its weight will be zero on the center of earth. Why? Because at the center of earth g is 0, that is why its weight will be 0. Okay, so we can say कि weight can be 0. Okay, now we can measure weight by using spring balance. Okay, now with this discussion, what are the differences between mass and weight? So by the definition, mass is the quantity of matter contained in a body. Okay, and weight is the force with which an object is attracted by earth. Mass is a scalar quantity, weight is a vector quantity. SI unit of mass is kilogram, SI unit of weight is Newton. Okay, mass can not be zero, weight can be zero, and mass is measured by using beam balance, and weight can be measured by using spring balance. Okay, so these are the differences between mass and weight. Okay, now the next topic ki weight of an object on the moon. As we discussed कि mass is constant everywhere but weight can vary. So we will take one example, that is weight of an object on the moon. Okay, so as by definition कि what is weight on the earth of an object? So the weight of an object on the earth is the force with which the earth attracts that object. Okay, in the same manner, same way, the weight of an object on the moon is the force with which the moon attracts that object. And as we know, mass of moon is lesser than the mass of earth. So due to this, moon exerts lesser force of attraction on objects than force of attraction on the objects by earth. Okay, now let the mass of an object be small m and the weight of that object on the moon be capital W and in suffix m, and let the mass of moon be capital M with suffix m, and the radius of moon is r and in suffix m. Okay, now we will apply the universal law of gravitation. Then the weight of the object on the moon is Wm is equal to capital G into capital M into small m upon Rm square, and we will keep the equation number first. Next we will assume that the weight of the same object on the earth be capital W and in suffix E, and the mass of earth is capital M and the radius of earth is capital R. Again, by using universal law of gravitation, the weight of that object on the earth, W is equal to capital G into capital M into small m upon R square, and we will give the equation number, that is second number. Okay, as we know the mass and radius and masses and radii of the earth and moon, these are given. Mass of earth is equal to 5.9722 into 10 to the power 24 kg, and radius of earth, that is 6.37 into 10 to the power 6 meter. Mass of moon is equal to 7.342 into 10 to the power 22 kg, and radius of moon is equal to 1.74 into 10 to the power 6 meter. Now we will substitute these values in equation first and equation second in order to get weight of the object on earth and moon. So in first equation we will substitute the value of mass of the moon and radius of moon. So we will get Wm, weight of object on moon, is equal to capital G into 7.342 into 10 to the power 20 into m upon 1.74 into 10 to the power 6 to the whole square. Unit we will not write here. Okay, and now is equal to 2.431 into 10 to the power 10 into capital G into m, and we will give equation number 3. Okay, this is the calculated value. Okay, now the weight of the object on earth, and this is also calculated value. Okay, is equal to 1.474 into 10 to the power 11 into capital G and into small m, and we will give equation number 4. Okay, now we will divide equation number 3 by equation number 4. Okay, so weight of object on moon upon weight of object on earth is equal to 1 upon 6. It is simplified. Okay, so now we will cross multiply, and then we will get the weight of an object on moon is equal to 1 upon 6 into the weight of object on the earth. So we can say the weight of an object on moon is 1/6 the weight of that object on earth. Okay, for example, one example is given in this image. One person is standing on the surface of earth, and same person is standing on the surface of moon, and the mass of that person is 120 kg. Okay, now the weight of that person on earth is equal to 120 into 10. Here we have taken the value of G 10 meter per second square in place of 9.8 meter per second square. Why? For the sake of convenience only. Okay, in round figure we have taken. So the weight of that person on the earth is 1200 Newton. Okay, now the weight of that person on moon, after calculating the values, the weight of that person on the moon is 200 Newton. Okay, so with this example we can say the weight of that person on the moon is 1/6 of the weight of that person on the earth. Next topic, that is thrust. In previous classes and also in previous chapter we have discussed about the force. So in the same sense here we will use thrust in place of force. Okay, so what is thrust? The force acting on a body perpendicular to its surface is called thrust. So thrust is a force which is acting on a body perpendicular to the surface of that body. Okay, and for most of the purposes the term force and thrust are used in the same sense. Okay, and the effect of thrust depends on the area on which it acts. Okay, and the SI unit of thrust is same as the SI unit of force, and that is Newton. and that is denoted by capital N. Okay, now pressure. Again, I would like to remind you about your previous class. Okay, and what was the definition of pressure? That force acting on unit area, that is called pressure. Here in place of force we will use thrust. So thrust on unit area is called pressure, or we can say the force acting perpendicularly on a unit area is called pressure. Okay, so by the definition we can obtain the formula pressure in terms of thrust and area. So pressure is equal to thrust upon area. Now unit, as we know, the unit of thrust is Newton and SI unit of area is meter square. So the SI unit of pressure is Newton per meter square, or it SI unit of pressure is Pascal and denoted by capital P and small a. And this SI unit of pressure is given in honor of a scientist named Blaise Pascal. Okay, now here is one question ki what are the factors affect pressure, or you can say how pressure depends on thrust and area. Let us take one example. If we will keep thrust constant, okay, and we will increase area, then pressure will decrease. And keeping thrust constant, if we will decrease area, then pressure will increase. In the same way, if keeping area constant and we will increase the thrust, pressure will increase. And keeping area constant, if we will decrease thrust, pressure will decrease. Now we will take one example. If a knife with blunt edge is used for cutting any object, okay, and we will apply thrust or we will apply force, then it will not able to cut that object nicely or easily. But if we will use another knife, okay, with sharp edge, and we will apply the same thrust, it will cut that object easily. Why? Now the area of contact between the surface of between the edge and that object is less, because in blunt means that is not sharp. In blunt edge, area is more than the area of the sharp edge. So area is decreased, and keeping thrust constant, pressure has increased, and now the knife is able to cut that object easily. Okay, so many other examples are there in which we use this concept. Okay, so now more or less these topics are completed. Okay, and numericals part we will discuss later on. So watch the video thoroughly, and whatever queries you have, please write in comment box. Okay, and I will try to shut out your queries. Thank you. Thanks for watching your video.